Really, any mortgage company, they're following the same basic process, and it's linear. In this example, you have this picture, loan officer is turning in a document, right? Maybe there's a condition, borrower gave it to the loan officer is handing it in. Now, each person in this loan workflow is having to physically look at the document, review. Now, say there's one person that's not sure what to do. They're trying to figure out what that guideline means. They're worried that if they make a bad loan, they're gonna lose their job. And so they've stalled a little bit, right? And someone, whether it's the LO, the borrower, they get upset enough to escalate something and just to get things moving again. So even the smallest change, when you have this linear human workflow, can cause a huge delay sending the file back to the very beginning, right? On the flip side, when you're working with AI, each role is replaced by a robot and it follows clear logic. When you take out that human error, you take out the fear, any confusion, possibilities for delay. It's just fast, it's rule-based actions. All right, so taking it a step further, now instead of a linear process, imagine it's a circle. So instantly, each one of these robots can collaborate. They're not waiting for the robot ahead of them. They're working in parallel. So as information comes in, every single one of those robots, for whichever their role is, sees that same information, and that way they're able to simultaneously take the action needed. So they're not waiting, there's no handoffs, there's no possibility of a stall. But if you thought we were done there, I'm gonna take this example one step further. So we've got now all our robots working simultaneously, collaborating instantly as information comes in. But again, they're not physical robots. So being virtual robots, they're not physical machines. We have actually millions of these little tiny robots simultaneously working in the cloud 24/7. So each piece of data can be immediately routed where it needs to go, read and acted on by any single little robot that needs that information to update the loan and do their job. So, just about every other mortgage company is following that same human-centric linear process. Well, we are now literally at the point where our robots are making new robots. So as we kind of talked about, as new documents, new scenarios, new questions are posed to AngelAi, it is constantly learning, and it's able to now build its own new little robots. So as you have probably seen over the past couple of years, we've been adding so many cool new features, and there is a lot to come just on this year's roadmap. And it's easier and faster to add these new features because of our little robots making robots.